Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's Daily Draft. We are continuing Murders at Karlov Manor Premier Draft this week, and believe it or not, we've only got maybe a week or a week and a half left of this format before we get to our best deck tournament to end out the format and set review season for Outlaws of Thunder Junction. That's right, these seasons are very, very short, but we've drafted this set 20 or 30 times already, having a great time with it. Hope you are as well. We're going to dive into today's Pack 1 Pick 1 with a Kellen Inquisitive Prodigy, a blue-green card, which is one of my favorite decks to draft in the entire format, because everything else in this pack, with the exception of maybe Long Goodbye, is pretty darn bad. Yeah, pretty easy Kellen for me, and I do really like drafting blue-green. And this is a tough one here. I think I'm going to take Steam Core Scholar to 3-mana 2/2 Flying Vigilance with basically casts Frantic Search when it enters, except with a little bit of upside. If you discard an instant or sorcery or a creature with flying, you only have to discard one card. But there's also a Nervous Gardener, a Tunnel Tipster, both cards I would love to pick up to go with Kellen. But I'll go ahead and take the Steam Core Scholar here. And now I guess I can take the Nervous Gardener. Cease and Desist in the pack, Culvert Ambusher. Pretty easy Nervous Gardener for me. Opens up a little bit of splashing around if you want to. Probably just going to go ahead and take Bite Down on Crime and look to maybe build a little bit of a synergistic graveyard, collect evidence style of deck. Steam Core Scholar goes pretty well in that as well. So let's take Bite Down on Crime here. Now there's Deduce versus They Went This Way. I like both of these. I think I'm going to take They Went This Way. We have a good bit of fixing already with Nervous Gardener. If we take They Went a good bit, well, 25% of our deck fixes. And now 40% of our deck fixes when we take They Went This Way here. A nice little ramp and fixing spell if we need to either splash Kellen in a green deck because blue's not open, or we just go blue-green and They Went This Way is a nice little ramp as well. It's got some decent little options. So we'll go ahead and take that here and continue down the path of what I think is one of my more favorite decks of the format here. Now there's a Crowd Control Warden, but I found in blue-green this card isn't like super great. Just because it's usually not a super go wide deck. There is a Reasonable Doubt, Airtight Alibi, fine. It's tough between the Warden and the Doubt here. I don't like Doubt that much. I'm just going to take the Warden. I feel like if we want a Reasonable Doubt, we can get one. I think the Warden is better than Reasonable Doubt, so I'll just take that here. It's a relatively late Galvanize. There's also a Hustle and Bustle, but I haven't liked this card very much. I'll just take the best card in the pack. Well, there's also a Slice from Shadows, too. Maybe we take this and we think about green-black. There's also an Undercity, so black. Let's take the Slice from Shadows here and see if black ends up being more open. Not quite the wheel yet, but there's a Panther and another They Went This Way. I usually don't want to run more than one of these, so I'll just take the Panther and see what wheels. That's what I thought might happen. The Long Goodbye wheels, so no one's drafting black. So we could look to play green-black here. There's also an Extracted Confession, but I think Long Goodbye is a lot better. I'll take the Warden. It's really the only card I would play in this pack. And maybe we just splash Kellen and maybe even Steam Core Scholar. And I think green-black is a better kind of base for like the graveyard shenanigans, collect evidence, Insidious Roots, chalk outline kind of thing that we might be able to get our hands on here. But we'll see what we open here. Delney Streetwise Lookout is not a card I have ever played with or against. Creatures you control with power 2 or less can't be blocked by creatures power 2 or greater, and an ability of a creature you control with power 2 or less triggers an additional time. Well, I think it's a good card, but I don't think it's for us. What I think is for us is a killer, Among Us. This card is actually very good. And it's what I'm going to take here over Evidence Examiner and Rebel Belt Maverick. Because I know I'm green, and I don't know if I'm black or if I'm blue yet. So on that note, why don't we just delay the decision one more pick with an Escape Tunnel. We've got Fanatical Strength, Gorehound. Helix is the best card in the pack by a lot, but we're so far away from that. Vampire's a great card, but that's much more of like a black-white specific card. You don't want to splash too much. So let's just go ahead and take the Escape Tunnel. And now we get all the good cards. Exit Specialist, Out Cold, Tunnel Tipster, and Vitu-Ghazi Inspector here. Is there a better chance that I'm green-black or a better chance that I'm green-blue? I think black is slightly more likely right now. So maybe I just delay even further with a Tunnel Tipster. I think Exit Specialist is the best card for us here, but I just don't know if I'm blue versus black yet. And I think black is going to end up being a little bit better for us, he says, as he gets past a Repulsive Mutation, which is easily the pick here. This card is very, very good. Incredibly good. And not going to pass it. So we're taking that. Then we've got Surveillance Monitor and a Loxodon Eavesdropper. And then a bunch of other stuff that's not great. I think black is going to be open from our right in pack 3. But I'm going to go ahead and take this Surveillance Monitor here. And see if we can find more Collect Evidence synergies. This is kind of... It's not Collect Evidence synergy. This is a way to synergize with Chalk Outline Insidious Roots, which we don't have either copy of yet. I don't really like Culvert Ambusher. Or really any of these other cards. I think this has the highest upside if we end up with one of the... Ooh. A second Killer Among Us. Yeah, don't mind if I do. And an Airtight Alibi or a Case. Well, the Case is actually not that bad with a Killer Among Us. All you need is a black permanent with this to solve the case. So, Rebel Belt Maverick here over Gorehound Snoop. I think it's just a decent card. Strength, probably not for this deck. Guess I could take Gorehound in the event that we are truly black-green. Let's see if we can find direction here with our third pack. Close. Hunted Bone Brute is a very aggressive card that I don't think our deck is going to be very aggressive. There's a Fester Leash and a Flourishing Bloomkin, as well as a Buried in the Garden. I think this is between Bloomkin, Buried, and Bone Brute here. I think I'm going to take the Bloomkin. I know I'm green. I know it's a great card. And then we get presented with another one versus an Underground Mortuary, which could be good if we want to splash like Slice and Long Goodbye. Or if we want to just splash the Steam Core and the Surveillance Monitor and Kellen and be base black-green. Or we could take another Bloomkin or an Eavesdropper here. I think I might try to make my mana slightly better. I think I'm going to be like 3 black cards, 3 blue cards, and mostly green cards. Let's see if we can take the land. Now there's an Assassin's Trophy as removal. I just don't think this is the greatest removal. Giving them a land is like pretty bad for you. I think I'm going to take the Krull Whipcracker here and potentially lean towards black-green slightly more. Yeah, see, now we have Greenbelt Radical and Airtight Alibi, but neither of those are as good as Extracted Confession in this kind of deck, I think. Or even Macabre Reconstruction. So let's take the Extract. Guess I'll take another Nervous Gardener here. Decent little early drop fixing. Murder. Murder's fine. It's a little mana intensive in a color that we're not going to be very heavy in, but I think it's okay. And now I think all of our blue splashes are okay. We do have an escape tunnel and 2 nervous gardeners to help us splash these 2 cards, and a case of the Shattered Pact with 2 killer among us's, killers among us, and some black permanents now. Actually, no, we don't have any black permanents. Ooh, it's actually not that great. No green. Not taking scene. I don't think I'm playing anything there. Macabre Reconstruction. Over Furtive Courier and Investigators, I guess. Yeah. Fester Leech, Toxin. I guess I'll take a Fester Leech. Don't think I need a Confiscation. Nothing here. I don't think I've played black-green at all this format, and I don't think this is a great version of it. But, I mean, there's still some good cards here. There's Kellen, there's Mutation. All the good cards are blue-green, funnily enough. So I'm going to go ahead and build this strange pile and see you after deck building. Okay, so this is where I ended up after deck building, and I'm not too thrilled with it, if we're being honest. I guess I would consider myself base black-green. We've got several black removal spells over here, as well as Crawl Whipcracker, a Fester Leech, a way to return some of our better creatures, and a random Coroner in the deck, which doesn't feel great. I have double Gardener and a Case and an Escape Tunnel to fix for a Scholar, a Kellen, and a Mutation, and a Topiary Panther, so the fixing should be okay. I just have to worry about milling myself with Fester Leech. If I mill both islands, I can no longer cast any of my blue spells, which is not good. So maybe that's just not even worth putting a Fester Leech into the deck. But the other options really are not that great either, because I've got, I guess I could put an Alley Assailant in here and keep this out, because if I mill myself of these islands, I mean, that's horrible. Do I have any other ways to mill? No. Not really. So in that case, I could actually do this, and then I don't mill myself. Playing 12 creatures. No other green to play but Fanatical Strength. I guess I could put Crowd Control Warden in, but this cares about more creatures. Gravestone Strider doesn't really do anything. Surveillance Monitor is a good card, but I actually only have Bite Down on Crime and the Monitor as collect evidence here. So it's not even that great. The Case has Alley Assailant and Coroner as the only ways to solve it if I have a Killer Among Us on the battlefield with all of the creatures. So this is gonna be interesting. I don't think it's gonna be particularly great, but it's a little bit of a different style of deck and a different kind of deck than I've done here before. So I'm gonna give it my best shot, and I'll see you in game number 1. Alright, starting on the draw here, and Extract the Confession is a lot better on the draw. Ooh, that's also a decent little draw there. Ooh, they have something to target a creature with 1 forest. I don't need... Well... Yeah, lands are okay, I suppose. So they've got potentially that +1/+1 and reach and untap trick. I think I'm just going to go ahead and play Tipster here on 2 now. And then probably Disguise a Gardener on 3. Flip it up on 4. Go get a blue. I could flip it up now, actually. Let's hope the Extracted Confession has a decent target here. So they're keeping up their combat trick. The most mana efficient thing to do is obviously just play Coroner here, but gosh, I think I'm just gonna make sure I can get this creature out before it matters, potentially. Yeah, that could have mattered. What else do they have? Kill spell for tipster, sure. Not great for me, but that means my curve is pretty set in 5 and 6 in the next 2 turns here. Let's just play this thing. Pass it back. Next turn we play Panther. I still think they have +1/+1 and reach. +1/+1 for each creature you control and reach. That's my guess. I think there's one more thing it could be. Okay, so we'll get that in. Play the Panther. Buried in the Garden, down goes Panther. Let's just go ahead and see what we draw for this thing. No, gotta do it the other way. Just in case I draw a murder, I guess? Is there another double green card I have? I don't think there is. Just in case I draw a murder. Well, there's your answer. Griffknot Tracker getting our Rubble Belt Maverick. Yeah, that happens. Alright, well let's see if we can blow out whatever combat trick they might have here. Get a leg up. That's what I thought it was. So let's do 1, 2, 3. And then I do think I'll disguise the assailant here, which keeps me untapped of both murder and agency corner, but it does drain them when this flips. Let's just attack here. Don't know what this thing could be. But I'm just going to hold up murder here. Vengeful Creeper. Okay, resolves. Murder that. And then that's all I got. Another one. And another one? Yeah, multiple ones. Okay. I guess I could have flipped this, but I mean, this is kind of like 3 surprise damage out of nowhere. But unfortunately, at this point, like, we're probably not going to be able to attack anymore unless we can find more removal. Yeah, like this Nervous Gardener's just doing stone cold nothing over here, so I guess I wait to block with it at some point. So let's just use our mana here and do this. Go to my turn. Get back literally nothing. And then get him back, I guess? I mean, it's not great, but it's very, very slow. We just might now die too quickly. Okay, now they just attack with the Bloomkin, I guess, and then eat this thing. Yep. And now we can't get past their forces, I don't think. At least Long Goodbye kills the Bloomkin here. They are kind of at 2 right now, but 2 is not 0. Oh, they got more Bloomkins. Oof. Big creatures. Big problems. Let's go get... Is the tap land? Yeah, the tap land's probably best here. And then we have to kill this one. Ah. thinned my deck. Still drew land. No, you aren't good anymore. And yeah, can't attack, so put him to 2. Oh, geez. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So if I just, like, block like this. If they have, like, fanatical strength or something, we die, obviously, but we're dead to a lot of things here, so we could just block that with a goblin, take 13 plus 5 is 18, go to 6. They're going to play at least 2 or 3 creatures after this, you got to imagine. I mean, they know what this is at this point, so let's just drain them. Although I guess I should have gone to damage because now they're just going to go for combat tricks and give trample and stuff. And they already put it to go to damage, so if that's the case, then I probably just punted there. Gain some life, sure. I don't know what I could draw at this point. Our second killer among us might give us enough things to die. Or, like, to not die. They've got 8 mana. Oh, they've got... What do they have? Oh, God. Doppelgang for 2. Can never beat that, unfortunately. Oh, how about your 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th land? Okay. That's how I feel most of these games are going to go. We just never really drew what we needed to get through. Okay, we do get to start first here, and this hand looks good. I mean, as good as we can do with this deck, so we'll keep it. 1, 2, 3 curve here. Not too bad. Go ahead, play the Maverick. See what we find. Panther and Gardener. I mean... yeah. That means I have to hit a land drop underneath the Panther now, but... Gardener will help us do that, and it will also let us disguise the Bloomkin. So turn 4 should be fine. Unless they kill our Nervous Gardener when it's disguised, which wouldn't be fun. For us. Be fun for them. Don't want to trade the Whipcracker for the Bystander, because then they do get to investigate. That's pretty, I mean, a decent play for them there against my 3-2. I guess in the event that I miss yet another land drop, I should probably disguise the Gardener. if I hit a land drop, the Bloomkin's going to be great, but I'm not guaranteed to do that. So let's just pass it back, I guess. Red-white splashing some sort of green bomb, I'm sure. That's horrible here. Let's turn that up. Go get a blue this time, I think. Then disguise the Bloomkin here. And pass it back. And just wait for on the job to kill us. The red herring. Yeah, that does trade for our thing. And another inside source. Going wide, that's for sure. Gosh, Extract a Confession is so horrible in these matchups. Let's just flip up. I should have done that on my turn. I know I'm going to miss my land drop now. I'm going to put the tap lane into play, but then I have one in hand that I didn't play this turn. It's going to be a 3/3. And again, I think we're just kind of waiting for on the job to kill us here. I mean, we don't really like have like flyers that much. I guess we have the Steam Core Scholar on the splash, but we have to figure out a way to push through all of this. And here comes everything. No. Okay, I'll take whatever that is, I guess. Is it a Bullrack Clan Basher? Nope. It's a 10/10. Because of course it is. Alright, we need to figure out a way for Extract a Confession to get that. And the only way I could think is to cycle the Panther and then use the Panther to get that. Feels so horrible. Don't need another one here. Yeah, I think that's what we have to do. Does not feel very good, but I need to get rid of that 10/10. And guess we can disguise this here. And now we're back to where we were. But we're at 10 now. Oh, Tulsimir. Okay, that should probably kill us one way or another. Well, so Tolsimir, is the 5/5 a bigger problem or just a random 3/2 lifelink? They don't have other wolves, do they? I doubt it. So I probably just need to kill the 5/5. So we'll do this, and then no attacks, and gosh, again, I just don't know how we win this game. We're just gonna like delay it forever and wait for them to kill us with a go wide effect or something. I forgot about Kellen, I must admit. Okay, well, let's investigate first. Get a little extra value. You can't play Kellen yet, but that's okay. 4, 5, 6, 7 mana, so we can do this and still play Killer Among Us here. And then, I don't know. Again, I guess I'll just choose Merfolk and pass it back. All these disguised creatures, though, are kind of concerning, because I mean, if there are more crowd control wardens, then that's just like a huge problem. What are they thinking about doing? Trying to figure out where to use removal? Yeah, see, like, I can't, I have to block it, because if it's a crowd control warden, I don't really have much of a choice. So I'm going to block it with Nervous Gardener, which is probably going to make them flip it, as opposed to blocking it with a 1/1, because whatever this is, it's going to eat the Gardener. Yeah. So I just made them use their mana on that, at least. And now I could just do this and then hold up the activation on the Alley Assailant. I mean, at this point, this Merfolk getting in, I'd rather just turn this into a 4/4. They know which one it is now, but I mean, it's gonna trade for something. It's better trading for something than it is to just have it sit back as a 1/1. Okay, they did that to investigate here. All right, they're digging a little bit too. We do have a good amount of, you know, value creatures going on here. The mutation could just be lethal at some point. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we can do this for X equals 8. This does have lifelink, so that changes combat math a little bit. Escape tunnel. Could be interesting. See if Kellen survives or if I need to counter it with repulsive mutation or something. Let's see what they've got. Kellen is pretty darn important to our game plan this game. So I probably have to protect him with repulsive mutation here. Granite Witness. Tapping down Kellen, I guess? Sure. I mean, I can't do anything about that. I do have the Whip Cracker still. That has reach. I don't know if they know that. I'm not going to hover over it just in case they miss it. Okay. Try to start bashing in here with their inside sources. These are that's a detective as well. Yeah. I'm probably blocking Perimeter Enforcer here and leaving Granite Witness. Yeah, they're just going to gain 5 life. And then take 3. They go to 17. Okay. So unless you discard an instant or sorcery or creature with flying. Well, we're keeping repulsive mutation, I think. So oh, that's busted. I forgot about that. Oh, that's such a brutal beating. When this thing 2-for-1s and kills an artifact creature. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Could cast this for 9 next turn. 9 plus 3 is 12. So it's still not technically lethal. Another forest. No plays. I think I'm still keeping Escape Tunnel. And then this is lethal next turn now. And I'd still like to keep up mutation in case they mess with this in any way. And I can't do that while also casting Scholar here. But I also can't really cast mutation in response to a or like before a removal spell is cast. I've only got the one blue in the entire deck, so I can't really cast Scholar. And also hold up Mutation. So, again, I could go for it with Mutation, but if they have removal for Kellen at instant speed here, that is horrible. So we just keep doing what we're doing, I guess. They'll never expect that we chose Merfolk twice. They'll never see it coming. All right. Looks like we got there somehow. Well, somehow was Kellen. The answer was a flyer. I think we're going to have to win in the air with Scholar or Kellen in every single game. All right, we're at first here, and boy, do we need Tunnel Tipster to survive here. But if it does, we are off and running. And if it does not, we probably lose. Green, green. Okay, we've got the mirror. Unfortunately, we also missed a land, but at least we have a guaranteed land next turn, so there's that. The mirror. Alright, let's get on in with this. Doesn't really matter when we do this. I think we have to get... Well... I think we have to get blue because the Bloomkin can actually get a black for us. And we have Kellen in hand here. So... if we hit the land next turn, we can flip up the Bloomkin with Tunnel Tipster mana and go get some more lands. And if we don't hit the land, I guess we probably just play Kellen and hope that's good enough. Another disguise. Yeah, we are truly playing the mirror here. Oh, we did not hit the land, but we did hit... they went this way, and that's probably what we have to cast, I think. No. Yeah, no. I don't know. Alright, Kellen, what can you do? I guess I should have attacked here first. That was kind of dumb, but oh well. Now, if Kellen survives, we can play they went this way next turn, attack with Kellen, and then eat our own clue to draw a card, which would be pretty good. But we'll see if he even survives. They could have Bite Down on Crime, could have many different things that would cause Kellen to not survive here. But again, not drawing lands is a surefire way to lose a game. There's the Bite Down on Crime. Yep. So... Need a land now. Take 9. Sure. Land disguise. We did it! Pass. Our Bloomkin's only going to be a 3/3. I think we are too far behind now. We have missed too many land drops, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, what do we even do at this point? Let's go here. See what they do. Sure, they didn't think I would do this. They have to decide which one they want to flip up and which ones they want to die. They chose to flip up their Hellion. Which means the other two have to die, so that's not too bad. I'll take that trade. Crawl Whipcracker. No, I don't think you're gonna do it. Unfortunately, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, bite down on crime. Can't kill that. So I could play Killer Among Us, and I could bite down on crime on that. Is that good? That gets rid of Kellen out of our yard? But next turn bite down on... No, next turn bite down on crime isn't even guaranteed to get that. Unless I get... cast this. I don't really want to chump it. I probably have to chump it with one of these is the thing. So... I could also just kill the Tunnel Tipster here. Very constrained on mana. I don't like doing it this way. Just casting a Killer Among Us here. I want Bite Down on Crime to be able to kill this thing. Do I just chump or go to 1 here? So I could do... I'm just going to do this. I want to make sure that I can kill this thing. I'm not blocking with this one, so... Let's just get in here. Let's see if they attack with both. Oh, I am blocking with that. I forgot, potentially. Yeah. If they attack with both, I obviously have to block. They have another Bite Down on Crime. Do they have another removal spell for the Morph, though? So I'm chumping here, and then going to 1. And another creature? Please don't have another. Not only do they have another, they have the thing that goes the widest enough. Target that. And then hold up Slice from Shadows in response to them casting Killer, or them activating the Killer Among Us here. Oh, we both chose Merfolk. Nice. That means I get to save my Merfolk. They do still have a 6/7 though. And another creature. Oh, just in time for the case to go away. Or for the Killer Among Us to go away. Darn. Can't attack because we die. Do we have a way to kill a Hellion? I'm not sure we do. We do. Wow. Okay. Well, we need to survive until then. So, no removal, one time. Well, I called no removal one time, and I got it. They drew a haste creature in green at rare when I had removal on the top of my deck. Okay, starting on the draw on this one. It's not a great hand, but we'll keep it here and remove something and just have a bunch of Killers Among Us on the battlefield at some point. Okay, assemble the players. We get to see if that ends up being any good this game or not. Got a dog walker. Not bad. That would have been difficult for us to deal with. Give me a 4-drop, or give me something I can play here. Nope. They did notably cast that off the top of their deck here, so they got at least a little bit of value from Assemble. This is going to actually do some good work this game, because our deck is very, very slow. So I think it's actually going to be pretty decent for them. Today is Merfolk Day. I guess something I could do is, if I choose Merfolk twice, I could attack and turn it into a 9/9. Or, no. No, it would be a 7/7. Oh, that's a problem. Yeah. Due Diligence. That's a card. More lands. That's also a card. I think I actually need to... I don't know what the problem is, I just don't know what this is. So, it could be something huge. But let's do this. And now... probably have to chump their 4/4. Because if it's anything with a good amount of power, I'm going to go down to like 2. I'm sure they'll... oh, they got the killer Among Us. Okay, interesting, yeah. That works. Bite down on crime. I could do that for 2 mana. Kill their 4/4 here. But I have to do it for 4 mana. Can't play the coroner. In which case I could just do it for 6 mana. Because they do have 2 lands up though. Really hope they don't have bounce or something. I think it's probably okay to go for this. If it's reasonable... they're not playing Reasonable Doubt in a green-white deck with just an island though, right? I'm not going to play around Reasonable Doubt here. I'm just going to not collect evidence. And really hope they don't have instant speed removal here. Okay, good. We did get it. It was a Sanguine Savior. That would have been a 4/3 flying lifelink, which would have been a pretty darn big problem for us. So I'm glad we were able to get rid of that. Next turn we can actually play Coroner and hold up the activation, which would be pretty good. Vannifar is also pretty good. I have had plenty of success playing with Vannifar. Okay, they go to 6. This can only sack another creature, right? Yeah. Creature's getting swole. Probably kill the coroner here now so I can't block sack. Or are you going to let me block and sack? Oh, you're just going to Vindicator me. That's also just a way to lose. Really? Is Vindicator, huh? It's a good card. I can't do both of these, so I'm just gonna play the Kellen, otherwise I die. Play the Case because I got nothing else going on. And Reconstruction couldn't have even gotten anything anyway, so... see if they can remove the Kellen and call this draft at a 1 and 3. And there they go. All right, so yeah, this deck was pretty horrible. I mean, we had a lot of good fixing cards early and just didn't really. We started with Kellen, which is a great card. It's just I don't think we saw a lot of the great synergies and powers in the draft, which was unfortunate. I mean, we've got the Gardener, Bloomkin, Tipster, but like, maybe it was just better just to stick. I don't really like black green as an archetype. I haven't played it except for this draft. This is the only draft I've played it in this entire format. And there's a reason I steer away from it, because I know it usually performs something like this, unless you get the Chalk Outline Insidious Roots version, which we didn't see either of those cards this draft. So, sometimes the drafts just don't go your way, and that's what happens. So, thanks for tuning in today, and I'll see you next time for your daily draft.